I'm going to go over the rest of the questions from the practice exam. Question number 3 asks us to solve for x over here, and we want to give the exact answer. So not just use a calculator over here. So we want to rewrite both of these in terms of the same base. So 4 is 2 to the second power, and that to the 2x plus 3. And 8 is 2 to the third power, and then we take that to the 3x power. So over here, to rewrite this, we actually have to distribute the 2 over the rest of our power over here, because the power of a power actually gets multiplied. So 2 times 2x is 4x, 2 times 3 is 6, and on the other side we have 3 times 3x is 9x. So at this point, we can just set our exponents equal to each other because our function is 1 to 1, and therefore we can ignore the base. We could also apply the inverse function, which is log base 2 on both sides. And with that, we have 4x plus 6 is equal to 9x. And then we're simply going to solve for x by subtracting 4x on both sides and then dividing by 6. So we end up with x being equal to 6 divided by 5. Our next question is asking us to compare how much money we have in an account with continuous compounding versus monthly compounding. So both scenarios, we have $10,000, we receive 5% interest, and it's in the account for 10 years. So our principal is 10,000. Our interest rate is 0.05. It's monthly versus continuous, and then our time period is 10 years. So our compound formula is our accrued amount is equal to the principal times 1 plus the rate divided by the number of compounds to the power of n times t. And again, n is equal to 12 because it's monthly. So plugging in over here, we have 10,000 times 1 plus 0.05 divided by 12 periods, and then to the power of 12 times 10. And then we can use a calculator to calculate that. The total over here from the calculator is $16,470.09. Usually we round it to 2 decimals for money. All right, our continuous compounding, we use the formula A equals P times e to the power of RT. Again, using the same principle, same interest rate, and then times 10 years. So our calculator again gives us the total for that, and that's $16,487.21. The question was, how much more money would you earn with a continuous compounding? So the last thing we are calculating is the difference of our two values. So $16,487.21 minus $16,470.09, and that is equal to $17.12. All right, a couple more questions over here. Okay, so we're going to do two things. First of all, we're going to take the exponent, or the 2, and put it back as an exponent. We're going to distribute the negative sign, so this becomes +1 over here. And then we're going to rewrite the +1 as log base 10 of 10, which is equal to just log of 10. So let's do that. So first we have log of a squared minus 9. We have minus log of a plus 3 squared. And then we have plus log of 10. Now all of our terms are in base of log base 10, therefore we can combine them. Every subtraction is going to become a division, and then addition is going to be multiplication. So writing it as one combined log, we have a squared minus 9 in the numerator. We have a plus 3 squared in the denominator. And then we also have a 10 up here. So I'm going to put that in front. Now we're going to simplify this, and there's just a little bit for us to do. So we have the 10. We're going to rewrite the a squared minus 9 as a plus 3 and a minus 3. That's the differences of squares. And then down here we have a plus 3 squared, or we can write it as a plus 3 times a plus 3. We're going to cancel out a plus 3 in the numerator and denominator and simply write down what we have left. So we have log of 10 times a minus 3 divided by a plus 3. Question number 6 is asking for the reverse. We're asked to expand the logarithm. So let's start by writing the cube root as a 1/3 power. So we have 21 log base 3 of x to the 1/3 plus log base 3 of 9x squared. One thing we can do, we can use the power rule, move the 1/3 up front, and then we end up with 21 times 1/3, and that's 7 log base 3 of x plus log base 3 of 9 over here. This is a product, so product can be taken apart as a sum over here. So we would have plus log base 3 of x squared. Then we use the power rule again to move the 2 up front. And so we have 7 log base 3 of x plus log base 3 of 9. Remember, we're solving for an exponent, so the question is, what power must we take 3 to in order to get 9? So log base 3 of 9 is equal to 2. And then we end up with 2 log 3 of x. Now we have two like terms because 7 log base 3 of x plus 2 log base 3 of x is equal to 9 log base 3 of x. And then we have plus 2. Last thing we want to do is write that as log base 3 of x to the 9th power plus 2. Or we could actually leave it in that form, 9 log base 3 of x plus 2. Either way is going to be fine, this or that. Our last question is asking us to solve for x. The previous example we did, we were able to write it in terms of the same base. This one we cannot, so we're going to have to use the log to solve it. So let's apply the log on both sides. So we have log 4 to the x power is equal to log 3 to the x plus 1 power. We use our power rule to move those exponents in front, which gives us x times log 4 is equal to x plus 1 times log 3. We're going to distribute. And so we have x log 4 equals x log 3 plus 1 times log 3, or simply log 3. Since we're solving for x, we're going to subtract our x log 3 to move it over to the left side. With that, we have x log 4 minus x log 3 is equal to log 3. And then we're going to factor out an x. X times log 4 minus log 3. And our last step is we're going to divide by log 4 minus log 3. So that gives us x is equal to log 3 divided by, I'm running out of room here, log 4 minus log 3. And at this point, we're going to go to the calculator and calculate this. And our final answer is 3.8 819. And let's round it to 3 decimals. That would be 819. So make sure when you enter that in the calculator, put parentheses around your denominator so that it doesn't just divide the first part. That's it for the review.